The road to the 2020 Kentucky Oaks. It's a 7-horse field, and we go to the Fairgrounds for the Rachel Alexandra Stakes, part of a 13-race card at the Fairgrounds this coming Saturday. We got 2 divisions of the Risen Star Stakes. We already have preview videos of those up. Meanwhile, here for the ladies, we get British Idiom, the champion 2-year-old filly. She makes her 2020 debut, and Finite, riding a 4-race winning streak, is also entered in the Rachel Alexandra. Let's start at the rail, and one of the Silver Bullet Day also rans, only losing by 3 lengths. Finished 5th was His Glory, and His Glory was bet down a little bit that race, but Finite really kind of pressed the pace and kind of won it and just kind of dug in at the end. I think His Glory is going to appreciate a little bit more speed in this race, and I think the distance is right up His Glory's alley. I think His Glory, the filly, might have a shot here. The pedigree says she's going to get better with more starts, and I think at 10-1, 12-1, she could be worth a play. Ursula led every step of the race except the last one. She lost by Finite in the final steps, lost by officially a neck, but it seemed like less than that as Finite just got up in the final stride to nail her. That was after she lost by 11 lengths to Taraz. And Taraz was bet down off the board and won at Oaklawn Park last week in the Martha Washington. So Ursula will try to stretch her speed and lead him all the way around again. I do think she's getting better, but she does face an overall tougher field. Swiss Skydiver, crop of Daredevil, who's been expatriated out of the country. Meanwhile, Miss Swiss Skydiver is 1 for 3 lifetime, including a victory in her debut by Churchill Downs. Then again, ran evenly in the Gasparilla, but we did see a couple of horses come out of that Gasparilla and run well. Swiss Skydiver, another one who's going to be left off pretty high odds on the board, and I think she could definitely be 2nd or 3rd here in the exacta or trifecta. Impeccable Style is an Uncle Mo filly, 1 for 2 lifetime, victory by 2 lengths at Churchill Downs, a little bit of a layoff. Good recent works, a good string of works, including a couple of bullets for Ken McPeak for Impeccable Style. This is one, if you're looking for an up-and-comer making that 3rd lifetime start, you might want to take a look at Impeccable Style. As her debut race, she ran against a horse that was really well meant that day in Alexandra. That was at Saratoga, going 7 furlongs. It's always tough to win your debut race at 7 furlongs. Then they waited, got to Churchill Downs, won at the end of September, and picked up a nice victory by 2.5 lengths, was bet down to favoritism that day. She's been bet down and was bet down early and bet down in the Will Pays and all of the multi-race bets that day. So Impeccable Style was really well meant. Comes in with a nice string of workouts, a 5-furlong fast workout on January 31st, then another 5-furlong workout on February 8th. Both of those workouts were at Gulfstream Park. They're shipping in for a reason. I think Impeccable Style is a filly on the rise, and she's going to be right there at the finish line with the favorite British Idiom. Tempers Rising was closing late, and another 20 feet and she might have had that Silver Bullet Day. I think that was a nice race for her. They allowed her to rate, come off the pace, and again that race flow favored the front runners with Ursula taking the lead, Finite waiting in 2nd, never really challenging her until the final 100 yards, and Tempers Rising got going late and finished in 3rd in that race. I think she's going to improve off the that race. Pedigree says she should be able to get a mile and a 16th here, and I like the fact that Julian Leperoux stays on board. She's going to be motoring late if there is a speed duel. British Idiom, perfect undefeated record as a juvenile, 3 for 3, closed it out with a victory in the Juvenile Fillies campaign, and that was a long, sustained bid by British Idiom. She held off Donna Veloce down the stretch and Bass. Bass made a move a little bit too soon in that race. That was followed by a monster victory at the El Sabaidi Stakes at Keeneland, winning by 6, and then she debuted at Saratoga in kind of a restricted horses based on auction price, and she was purchased for $40,000, but she ran to look like a winner every step of that day. 3-1 on the board that day, and she has been bet down in all 3 of her races. She'll be favored in this one. Javier Castellano rides, going to try to make her 4 for 4. She has a good string of workouts as well. The question with British Idiom is she going to want to go 9 furlongs, and can she bring that form from her 2-year-old season back to her 3-year-old campaign? I'm not sold on her being a Kentucky Oaks type filly, but we'll see if she can get underway here in the Rachel Alexandra. I think the underlay will be Finite. I think she's got distance limitations. I think she's going to face other pace pressure, and you've got a couple of nice horses improving in impeccable style and tempers rising. Who do you like in the Rachel Alexandra? Leave a comment below, share the video, and hit subscribe as we're leading you up to the 2020 Kentucky Oaks.